nigga.
Please tell me we not live.
We live now.
No. Hold on, y'all. I gotta.
All right.
Oh shit.
All right, man. Welcome to another issue of Nerd Flow Podcast. This is issue 176, and I sound freaking sick as hell because I am. And we've been...
First of all, let me apologize.
Here we go.
Let me apologize for the rest of the team. They went on vacation. Oh, me and y'all. So I want to apologize. I almost fired everybody. But I'm just gonna let y'all know.
Okay. I had a birthday, since then, but
yeah, happy belated birthday to royalty. But everybody took a month-long vacation on. So I'm just letting y'all know
about all that.
We was tired, inventories, people moved, people got sick. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Pretty much in a nutshell. People being people being overworked at the jobs, that type of thing.
I deal with engineers and NASA scientists all day. Super smart people. Don't get me wrong, smart as hell, but don't know how to work a computer.
Hey man, you get all that knowledge, you ain't got no common sense. That's how it works.
Lord, it just makes me wonder, had I finished my engineering, would I have been one of those people?
Yeah, because you can pay somebody to not have to think about it for the most part. Like, I ain't got to be smart. Pay somebody to do it for me.
I literally talked to this engineer who's working on the Mars, the new ships to travel to Mars. The new, I don't know if it's gonna be a rocket or something like how it was with the or a shuttle, but he's working on it, and bro just could not figure out how to work his Outlook.
Sometimes it be like that, bro.
Like, this nigga really working on this shit.
I could type in these I could type in these equations to get this rocket ship to do what it do, but I can't, bro. Outlook is just not working for me right now. I need help. That's how it works. That's how it goes.
I hate Outlook. I hated Outlook ever since I worked at P1. I hated Outlook at ADT. I hate Outlook. But
speaking of security companies, Vivian came by my house yesterday, and I was sick as a mother. I was not in the mood. That boy could tell. that boy could tell. It was not going down. I see you got this camera here. Are you using it, bro? This ain't my house. Literally what I told him. That man just excused himself real quickly. I'm like, all right, I got a Ring doorbell camera, but I don't see one up. I'm gonna put it up myself.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
Hey,
hello, Tink.
Playing tech support.
So the thing is, alarm systems. You know what I'm saying? So the ADT guy, my sister just moved into her house this past week. My sister had been in her house a whole 48 hours before ADT salesman pulls up.
Oh,
hey,
wow.
Oh boy, they put that card on there, bro. You know how they do?
No, I used to be an ADT. I used to be out there. You got to go do them. Those spontaneous door. You got to go do that door. So like we still moving stuff in. Bro, pop up, and he walking up, looking just like how I would look walking. Nervous, TDL for walking up. I said, look, bro, I've been in your shoes when I was in Houston. I worked for ADT. We finna go all Ring. I'm sorry, but I already know plans that ADT look like, and it ain't going. My sister ain't going. You see these spots right here? I already know how. It's already pre-wired.
I already know what to do, bro. We good.
He said,
"Yo, we're gonna go all wise, man." Oh, what you say? Go ahead.
But he was like, you got any advice for me then? I said, this ain't nothing racist, just my experience. Not go in all white, might pull. Really made me finna quit my job. What I was at P1 with probably
Damn, that boy slobbering one. I had to quit this mug. He got
royalty. I was
past
at
trauma.
P1. I was at P1 a week. My first day out by myself. Went to go check on a customer house. The man seen me pull up. I got on the ADT shirt. I got my I got my Protection 1 shirt on, Protection 1 badge. I got my little briefcase they gave us with Surface in it. I'm walking up to knock on the door. The neighbor came out. They're not at home, sir. Stop. Took pictures of both my tags in the front of my on the front and back of my car. Trying to get out. I was just like, sir, I'm not telling you anything. I'm out here working. Pulled his gun on me. Told me he better not never see me in his neighborhood again. Instantly went back to work. Threw that briefcase on Ryan's desk and said, "Man, I'm not doing this."
Right. Ain't worth my life. I'm trying to secure your house, and my life ain't secure.
Ryan started laughing at me. He started laughing.
You have security.
He
system.
said,
You got
"My
security
bad."
system for me.
And I said, "Y'all say I can't carry no gun out here."
Boy. Got me by a bent. Got me by a bent.
It was like, nah, player.
Bent like them damn straws.
Bent like wet cement.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, we're gonna go all ring. I mean, go all Wise. Wise is like the most economic thing. Even though it's a subscription service, it's like you still can go local if you get the big SD card. So, eventually what I'm gonna do is just get like a bunch of like 128s or 256s and slide them in all the cameras, because she got one and I got two, and then we're probably gonna get some more. So it's like front door, back door, outside by the garage, and I guess in the living room, just in case somebody break in, we can see you in the living room. But yeah, I mean, and we might go with their little alarm system, and I already got some door sensors, but like an ADT system, man. Now I will say this is my experience with ADT. I spent the night over my cousin's house for Thanksgiving one time, and they had a theater room, and they had the heat on hell, and I was in there watching the movie, and I started getting hot. I was like, and I can't want to touch nobody's thermostat, right? You know what I mean? Because they probably like it like that. So I'm like, shit, it's hot in here. So I started looking around. I'm like, how can I? Man, it was a little cool outside. It's November, so I was like, okay, let me open the window, and I failed to realize that they had a sensor on the window. So when I lifted the window, I heard, I'm like, God damn, man, I'm talking about the sheriff was there 5 minutes.
Dang.
It was like a false alarm. And I think they had to get charged for that, which I felt real bad. But I was like, yeah, it was hot. He's like, you should have just turned the thermostat down. I'm like, I ain't want to, this is one of those Larry David moments. One of those Curb Your Enthusiasm moments. Just a weird moment.
But like, only thing when I get my house built, only thing I have to do is just get it wired, because I pretty much, even though I hated my job once we switched over to AD, I hated my job. I learned a lot from the techs, as far as wiring up cameras and alarms, because they hated their jobs. P1 techs hated moving to ADT. ADT salesmen hate moving. I mean, P1 salesmen hated moving to ADT.
Mm-hmm.
Royalty was lucky because they still was at P1.
Sometimes I wondered if they really knew their damn job, because the questions I would get from my own damn text. But we're gonna move on. Should I do this, nigga? I don't know. You want to get paid $25?
Hey, what up, Hiker Dave? Hiker Dave in the building.
Hiker Dave.
What's up, Dave?
Long time no here. Dave probably like, dang, you don't stream no more, dope. We talk offline, dope. I mean, Dave.
All right, man. If you're new to the show, this is Nerdflow Podcast. This is a podcast all about nerding out on everything in pop culture, from video games, anime, movies, wrestling, you name it. We talk about it on here. This week we're gonna be talking about, give us some recaps. Like, we've kind of missed a good portion of talking about a good portion of Falcon and Winter Soldier. That's going to be the main discussion for today's show. We're going to be jumping around on a bunch of topics that's been going down for quite some time. So let's see. First thing first.
Pink.
Oh,
Oh,
man.
nice.
What happened?
That's
What I
real
missed?
nice.
Oh man.
Wait, hold on. I ain't got my camera up. Wait, I ain't got it. What is that?
Stand up.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Oh my God. What's that again? You
You have a show.
you have to show. Yeah.
I got a
Yeah.
Tenchi Muyo shirt too.
Dope.
I need Walmart to change their shirts out. I got them on now.
Hold on.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
we definitely know that didn't come
I
from
just
Walmart.
picked this one up today.
I'm shopping at Bedrock City now for t-shirts now because I don't have all of theirs yet.
Oh,
Nice.
Just
Shut
popped
up.
this today.
from
Hot Topic.
where?
Hot Topic.
See, that's another
Oh.
place.
I think I don't know what I picked up some weird hat. I don't know where it's from. I think it's from Toilet Bound, ain't it? That red hat I bought. I can't remember. I don't know. I'll be picking.
Okay,
It's just if
Hot
it look
Topic, I see you. Got
if
the
it look good. I know what
merchandise.
this one is, but let me see if I can find it.
It's like my second shirt.
So
They
I
just
bought a
now
loot
started
crate.
merchandise.
I bought a loot crate, y'all. I bought a limited edition loot crate,
Ooh. From
Anybody
which
know where this
is
is from?
Gundam Wing.
Oh, I guess cards on
Cards.
I don't know. It just say
What it say
it
on the
just looked
tag?
dope to me. I know it's an anime, but I don't know what it's.
I got a homeboy that would probably be able to know that crap like right off rip.
Right.
A,
'Cause I don't watch every
it
anime.
say Avex
I got a
Pictures,
homeboy
so
I
I
work
don't
in
know.
the warehouse with. This boy watches everything. He put me up on what's the show where the rich kids in the school trying to kill each other?
Assassination Classroom.
No, that's
starts
not
with,
that
starts
one.
with starts with a K. It's on Netflix right now. They got the
Psyche
live action
K?
version.
Oh,
What is it?
no, not Psyche.
What is it called?
It's they gambling on they gambling and you try. It's called
Yeah.
because I watched the series.
And he's one
But
that he
it's
was
like
like. Go ahead.
It's basically all these rich kids go to this school and it's the school pretty much all about gambling. You're learning to gamble, but and they basically like the stakes are so high.
Bro,
that,
he showed me this one scene where they had their fingers in this thing that chops your finger off.
Yeah, so basically it was a guillotine, and you had to cut. You had
this girl
to
was
cut
she
the
took the block out
lines.
there.
Yeah, and the protagonist of the show is a guy, but the real star of the show is this girl who is a transfer student, and she come that and she killing and raking up everything.
Talking about the chick with the chick that got the missing eye.
No, not her.
Not her. Oh, I know. I think I know the chick you talking about. Yeah, the one that because in that particular scene there was a board in the middle of the thing that in the middle of the guillotine, and she was like, "We're gonna make this real interesting." She took the board out. So they just playing Russian roulette to see who can get their finger chopped off. I was like, bro.
And actually, there is a Russian. They got the girl with the eye miss. That's how her eye got missed.
She lost her eye through Russian roulette. Yeah,
playing Russian roulette with that girl.
I was like, these folks, wow, bro. I was like, I like this. But let's see. First thing first, man. PS5 is the fastest selling console in history, I guess you could say.
Can't get that through Xbox fanboys here.
Boy.
Yeah, it is the fastest selling, but it's not the best performing.
I mean, it's a case by case basis from game to game, really.
No, PS5 is a great console, but it's not outperforming. Even in day-to-day tasks like the intuitiveness, it's just like they took away the if you hold the PS button, that don't power off no more. You gotta back out of the game. It's a lot of stuff they still gotta fix that, I'm seeing. And that interface ain't as smooth as Xbox's. And I mean, I'm not taking sides, I'm just picking the side of the truth. But the Xbox, but the PlayStation is the more popular console, so it is the fastest seller.
But see, this is what I was trying to explain to some friends of mine. Royalty took part in that conversation.
I'm not picking sides at all. I'm gonna just state the truth straight down the line.
As far as hardware, Xbox does. Xbox has had the better hardware since they have come out. But you can have all the hardware in the world, but if you ain't got nothing to go with that hardware, it's useless.
They do though. They got a lot of games. They got ZeniMax, they got Bethesda, and their Game Pass.
They just bought but you're gonna spend all that money on Game Pass is really just getting started, and so you're gonna spend all that money to play a lot of old games.
I mean, Game Pass.
They
Game
got
Pass,
the show. They got the show coming out. Like it ain't
But I'm
just
saying,
they
got stuff coming out.
So you
Pass
can't really lean on that crutch of Xbox don't got games no more because they do, and they're coming out with games.
I would say put it this way: Game Pass has been around for a long time. Yes, that's that's true and evident. It's the same thing.
Only thing PlayStation has is the exclusives, man.
They have a first party problem, which is why they bought Bethesda, because in Xbox One generation, they tried to build some studios and tried to capitalize on some marquee games. Crackdown 2 being one of them that failed. What else? You had the what's the game? The Roman Empire game that like a launch game. I forget what it's called.
It was called Rome
can't think what it's called. But they had that. I mean, and the only games that really and the only thing that really, and they had Quantum Break that really didn't do that well. So it's like they had a lot of games that really just they don't hit the mark like PlayStation. Most of the PlayStation games you kind of know from based on the pedigree of the studio, it's going to be an 8 or it's going to be an 8, 9, or a 10. With Xbox, you don't really know. It's literally the flip of the coin with them.
It's called Rise. That's what it's called.
Yeah, Rise. There we go. Yeah, so it's so with Xbox, it's a crapshoot, and they've done a lot of crapshoots in the Xbox One generation, and they can't honestly. Don't get me wrong. Microsoft has money, but at a certain point with a company is only going to gamble so many times on one thing before they be like, you know what, we're just not going to do this no more. So I mean, Game Pass, yes, is working very well for them. I know there's always been questions about how the pay structure, and I give you some insight because I watched a video from Destin from IGN, and he kind of explained because he interviewed Microsoft, and it's a negotiating thing with them. The developers can choose to get paid. There's some developers, they say they get paid based off how many people play the game. Some people based on how many people download the game. It's a customizable deal based on the studio, however they want to feel like they want to get revenue, how they want to generate revenue with their game. So it's not really a set thing that Microsoft comes to you and say, hey, you have to go by this, because I think that's what a lot of people think. But no, it's everybody's deal. Every studio that's on that thing, they all have different deals.
So don't get me wrong. Yes, I am a PlayStation fan. I've never liked Xbox, but Sony got some work to do too.
No, they do.
So like PlayStation now is really going, which they already said they got something in the works to compete with.
Well, you know what the rumor is? The rumor is the competitor to Game Pass is going to include, which is one, while they close down the video store and the movie store on PlayStation, and one also while they own Funimation. The thing is going to be a service combination of video game service that's similar to Game Pass, anime, movies, and TV shows that you get. They're going for everything wrapped in one, which is why they bought Funimation. Pretty sure.
Yeah, they're going for the juggler.
Yeah. And they're going to get a lot of people with just anime in general. Despite how people want to feel about anime and Funimation with them buying it, people that's anime fans going to jump on it.
So if we're looking at the wars, right? Which I think is asinine and so stupid. You know, this or that, Xbox, PlayStation, I don't care. Either way, last generation PlayStation 1. People are saying rumblings that this generation Xbox is setting itself up, but I beg to differ. Microsoft, because PlayStation still has that cool factor. They got Travis Scott on the team. He's about to do more collaborating. Then didn't I hear that Sony just bought a piece of Epic Games too?
Well, yeah, they've been throwing money at them since last year. They just gave some more. They've given a total of
they just gave them some more.
Yeah.
So it's like PlayStation got that cool factor, and they just got the overall, just they got the reach. I'll say, that intangible stuff.
What Xbox people have to understand is,
and I want a PlayStation over an Xbox.
PlayStation got a whole generation jump start to develop their fan base and everything. Because if you think about it, that whole PlayStation came out in '97. Xbox didn't come out to what we were in high school.
Right.
It was like 03, 04.
Like right before we got ready to graduate from high school.
Yeah.
So Sony pretty much with PlayStation had from '97 to 2003 to build their fan base and establish these games. Because let's just be honest, had Sega stayed in business and the Dreamcast had kept developing, Dreamcast would be, honestly, in my opinion, just going off what we saw when Dreamcast came out, sitting at the top of the throne right now. Because it was so far ahead of its time.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that really was, because Sega never really what sets Sony apart from a lot of them is really their original. They have a lot of original IPs.
Yeah,
and the thing with Xbox is one thing that really hurt Xbox is they're like, let's just call it what it is. On the original Xbox, the console seller was Halo, and who was the company that basically developed Halo that they no longer have exclusively to them? Bungie. 343 is not Bungie. Look how long we've been waiting on Infinite. Infinite was supposed to be a launch game and it got held up, and now it's supposed to be a BR and supposedly it's going to be free to play and all this other stuff. It is completely different from what it used to be as far as a game.
If they tell me Halo is exclusive to Xbox, I'm probably going to run on by Xbox. First $500 I get.
I have a feeling with Halo Infinite, this may be the game that ends up like Halo Infinite may be on PlayStation at some point. I just kind of feel that might be like a thing.
Yeah.
MLB The Show, it's gonna be on Game Pass, but you're buying it from Sony.
They didn't. I mean, honestly, they didn't really. Xbox didn't really have a choice. They've been wanting. You can see with their offering, you can see just by because Xbox has advertisements on their wallpaper, and you can kind of tell like them trying to, even like last year when I think it was RBI something they were trying to push last year for their last year's baseball game. It's just there ain't nothing that's like the show. They've tried. I've seen like 2 or 3 baseball titles they tried to push advertising on the store. Like nobody wants it. It's not MLB The Show. So therefore, I'm pretty sure Xbox probably like put the feelers out. But Sony said that, because a lot of people arguing about this last week. PlayStation said they left it up to PlayStation Studio if they wanted to do the deal. It's not like a thing. People making it seem like Sony is like this big bad guy and is like blocking everything, and they're more about the business side of things. They didn't. If they wanted to like straight up just snuff Xbox out and just said, no, we don't want you, they could have easily blocked them, because that's their company. They're probably majority owner. They own that studio. So they easily could have just straight up blocked them. No. They're just they're more about the business, more about the business side of things. It's just like with the whole Fortnite thing when crossplay became a thing, and it's like, Sony doesn't want people to play together. No, they were like, no, you bought a license on our system. How we gonna get our money? If it was you and your business, you gonna ask the same damn question.
See, you can liken it to Samsung's, although Samsung and Apple are rivals in the smartphone space. Samsung is still selling Apple their screens. Mm-hmm. They're not so bitter.
Let's not even get into that.
They're not so bitter where they're gonna cut off. You know what I mean? They cut that money off. It's like, we're in competition with you, but we still selling you them screens. So they still got a thumb on them. You know what I mean? It's like what they do with what China's doing right now in the economy, what the U.S. has been doing. We're not gonna go on this, but they'll sell you an infrastructure. Say, hey, we'll build you a port or whatever in your country, you know what I mean? And you just pay us back, and then you got to hire China to build it, to finance it and all that. So that money's coming back into their economy. It's a whole big scheme, man. So it's like, You know, it's a tactic that big business and government just uses. We supply you with it, and now you into us.
Pretty much.
But yeah, like people been that's what kind of one thing that's kind of really been rubbing me the wrong way the past couple of weeks with just games in general, just people just reading certain stuff on Podcast Beyond and Unlocked, and just posts I pass by on from time to time scrolling through Facebook, and just a lot of that like, oh, that this that's it's like, bruh, like at the end of the day, it's a bit people going after I can't think of the guy. I think is it Jack Tritton? That's the head of PlayStation right now. That's the lead guy. I think that's his name. People trying to petition him to be. It's like everybody can't be a Phil Spencer. There's going to be some executives are going to be just more about business, but they're aware and they understand what games are and how important they are and what it is and what they do. And then you're going to sometimes get that executive that's just that fanboy, just like you. Every company ain't going to have the fanboy executive that's going to be the cool guy wearing sneakers and all this other stuff on stage. You're going to have the suit and tie dude.
Right, just like GameStop hired CEO hired the dude from what was that? O'Reilly's or Vance Auto Parts or one of them auto parts stores. They hired the CEO that used to run an auto part chain. That's their CEO.
Like
never know nothing about video game, but he know about making money.
Right.
Going forward, we're not gonna have Favreau's or Feige's running Marvel. They're not gonna be fanboys
or Reggie Fils-Aimé or whatever.
Yeah, it's gonna be somebody that's a suit and tie guy that just and ain't gonna really care as long as the movie makes money. He's not gonna be a fanboy and ain't gonna have the input.
But that'll backfire though.
That's what's happening with DC.
That's a great point. I was just about to say that's Warner Brothers' problem. They got too many freaking suits and they need some fanboys because the suits have been what's been messing their movies up. Again, just like now people are saying release the Ayer cut of Suicide Squad.
It's
like
it's ridiculous. If you don't have a passion for something, then it's not gonna work. It's not, no matter how much money you try and put into it, if the passion isn't there, it's not gonna work.
Exactly, Fox.
Why did Josh? But a little off topic. Why does Josh Whedon seem like just a horrible human being?
Oh, he seems like a very horrible human being because people from Buffy the Vampire Slayer TV show are coming out now. And I'm like,
yeah, he's always been that. But
like, I was going through his Twitter and I was trying to get a vibe of him. And I'm like, you a monster. I'm looking at his little smile like, you a monster. You a monster, dog. I can see it. I can tell a monster when I see one, man. He a monster.
Josh Whedon is a dick.
Yeah.
Dickhead. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
anyway, I didn't mean to go down that rabbit hole.
But
welcome.
You know, that's been my beef with Fox for the longest. You don't hire people like that that Michael B. Jordan Fantastic tragic. Like
that boy, and that director wanted to make a sequel, bro. He was really trying. I'm like, nah, bro, we don't want that. Mm-mm.
Oh, can we get on Michael B. Jordan for a second?
What'd he do?
That new movie that's coming out at the end of this month.
Oh, the Tom Clancy one? Without Remorse or whatever that was?
Without Remorse, that bad boy look like it's about to be something.
Oh yeah, you do a Tom Clancy. I don't care if Tom Clancy is dead. You got to do the Tom Clancy movie correct.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean it's typical. You'd hurt my family. I'm coming for you, but I still want to see it though.
He's basically the Black Punisher.
Right. That boy looking when them guards came in there with that shield, and he was ready. I was like, hold up.
Yeah, that trailer did look fire.
Yeah,
dog, I can't wait. When did it come out? April 30th, end of this month. Yeah. But anyway, what were you saying, Young? I mean, cut you off, dog.
I just feel like that's what, when it comes to trying to recreate, like for me, if you're a studio, you want to do an anime, send it to Japan. Let them do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to get an American actor. Don't try to do none of that. Send it to Japan, to where it was born, and let those people do it. Now
I feel that all the way, man.
Now, if you try to do like Superman, DC, Marvel, Get a fanboy to do it.
So there's a rumor. This is a rumor. There's a rumor that Marvel is looking at Zack Snyder to do the Ghost Rider movie reboot. And since
I'm down for that.
Yeah, since you know DC don't want him, and they was like, "Oh, the Snyder cut verse was a failure for us." It's like, bitch,
you ain't giving a chance.
We should never say that now.
Go to Marvel.
Besides them not expanding on the villains, that Snyder cut Justice League was fire to me. I'm sorry, dog.
You said what?
I love that. I said besides them not really getting into the villains like that, that Snyder cut Justice League was fire to me. Yeah, like, I love that.
That was Snyder's plan, though. He was gonna go through and just get into everything.
Because I think he kind of knew what happened. He kind of knew what happened with BVS, and of course, I feel BVS was probably not his fault either. And so I think he felt like, okay, I felt the backlash of BVS, how people complained about this. Okay, let me go ahead and like flush this out and explain this because, you know, DC was playing behind the ball from the jump anyway. And so this was kind of sort of his way of trying to make up in one movie.
They made Cyborg better.
I love Cyborg, man.
Made Cyborg better. Gave you more insight into Flash.
Flash is, whoo, that boy is about to be the most OP character in the DCU, boy.
And it's just like
this creepy stuff.
We got to see Martian Man.
There's a reason for the hot dog. It's an homage to one of his comics. I found out.
No, it's just the way he rubbed on her face.
Yeah,
it was creepy.
That was weird, dog. And then he was like, you think Diana's in the younger guys? It just was weird. He's a little weird kid, man. It was weird.
let it go.
Speaking of Flash, though.
Sorry, dog. It's weird.
Speaking of the Flash, so two things. Ezra Miller, Ben Affleck will be in Flashpoint movie now, based off Snyder Cut stuff.
That's another problem. He is another problem.
No, he's not. Two, the second thing is Grant Gustin, who plays CW Flash. CW is about to sign him to a long-term deal to play the Flash. So
they hit him off with him.
The reason why I say Ben Affleck is a problem. Because Ben Affleck has the power to go into to the studios. And as long as he's been signed to them, he has the power to go in there and demand changes. Don't just pout about it.
You know who's really like sticking his like putting a 10 pole up about it, right? Dwayne is like, this we need my movie is in the Snyderverse and we need the Snyderverse to exist. He is like straight up like going to bat for it.
I heard that too, yeah.
Yeah.
So
do we think he has that pull though?
I think he does. If he just be like, I'm not doing Black Adam and I'm out.
But see, that's the difference between Ben Affleck and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Rock went in there and just said, "I rock bottom everybody," and it ain't gonna be for fake.
I will rock bottom drop this movie and go do something else. Go do Fast 57 and I'm out.
Fast 57.
See the preview.
35.
For the love of movies, please don't let that happen.
Did y'all?
No, we got 3 more. We got 3 more to go. We got 3 more to go. What you mean? We on number 9. We going to 11. What you mean?
I don't like that movie take that long of a route because I didn't care for when Saw went past 3.
But the y'all should go watch this video because the character Han comes from a different movie that's not connected to Fast, but he's the same character in Fast and the Furious. No. The director that did the second Fast and the Furious, he basically brought him as a character over the same guy that played him. If you look at his filmography, he played a character in a movie for the same director. He basically says he is the same character, but in Fast and the Furious. It's kind of cool how I'll tell you the title. I watched this whole thing about. I was like, interesting. They basically talk about the whole timeline, how it all works and everything.
Oh, okay. So he basically was in the universe.
Yeah, because there's a reason why. Because his character in his original movie that he had, he smoked a lot, but Universal didn't want him to smoke a lot, so which is why you see him eat a lot.
Eat a lot.
Yeah. So it's like a thing that he had.
And you know what? You see that with people who stop smoking cigarettes, they eat a lot.
No, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I work with a guy that smokes a lot, and he does eat a lot. Yes,
because they gonna have little knickknacks like sunflower seeds. They gonna chew a lot of gum.
Drink a lot of Cokes, chips.
They go, yeah, they gonna do something.
Pringles to be exact, anyway.
A lot of LaCroix.
I'll be right back, y'all.
All right. But yeah, man. So we got that. Let's see what else, man.
The Resident Evil showcase. Oh, go ahead.
I didn't get a chance. So you talk about that. I didn't get a chance. I kind of missed it. I heard about it, and then I just saw like 10,000 Resident Evils on my YouTube timeline in 50,000 different languages. I'm like, what the hell is this?
I'm not going to stay on it. It's just basically they was announcing the demo, and they're going over the demo. And you know, PlayStation got the exclusive, and then it's gonna go to other platforms. I can't remember the dates. Then they said it's gonna have a extra mode or game called the Mercenaries. I don't.
Oh, that's that game they've been trying to. That's that survival game they've been trying to push for doggone ever that just don't nobody want.
Right. So you basically picking up where you left off in Resident Evil 7 with Ethan. So I think Lady, I don't know how to say her name, Discretu, or whatever her name is. She's the sister of the maniac that was chasing you in Resident Evil 7. The dude that was chasing you with the shovel in the house, for those who played it, I think that's her brother. So I like something in the demo. She was like, "I see you escaped my brother's craziness," or something. She said like that. So they're related. I don't know too much about the plot, but Ethan is in there. You got Chris Redfield makes an appearance. I think Chris Redfield kills Ethan's wife for some reason. It'll unfold, but I'm just a fan of the Resident Evil franchise. So I mean, the last 2, 7, and 8, I didn't really too much. The storyline starts getting a little convoluted. It's like Ethan and it's
wacky.
But you play it for the experience, and I'm looking forward to playing it once the demo drops. And I'm definitely gonna. I'm like looking at the demo. I'm excited, so I'm like, yeah, let's get to it. I'm definitely getting it when it drops. So, yeah, be on the lookout.
For those who have Stadia, you can get that mug you can get 7 for free with Stadia Pro. So.
Oh, and another thing, Steam has a sale 80% off. Capcom,
that Capcom sale.
And another thing, they're adding some. They're gonna add. So Dead by Daylight, popular game in the streaming community, community
that has evolved over time for man.
And they've added Jason, they've added Freddy, every scary person you can imagine. They've added to this game as a villain.
See, I got Dead by Daylight on PlayStation.
They're adding Resident Evil people to it. I think they're gonna add Mr. X. They haven't announced who they did yet, but I think it's gonna be next. It's gonna either be Mr. X or the Weapon X, the evolved version of him. We got the tentacle. It's gonna be one of them, man. And I'm ready.
That's dope. A lot of people stream that game.
Now, if Freddy on Dead by Daylight, I gotta go play it.
Oh, and they're coming out with a show. Resident Evil, what is it that I put in there? It's basically, I want to say 3 years after the events of Resident Evil 4. You like in the White House, with Claire and Leon. It's called Resident Evil. What do we do? What is it called here? But it's coming on Netflix. Let's see, Resident Evil Infinite Darkness, July 2021. So be on the lookout for that as well.
Now y'all know, I don't know if y'all watched it. I know I was a huge fan of this show, and I would like to see somebody like Netflix or Hulu get it. But Borderlands, I mean, no, not Borderlands.
Borderlands got a movie coming
out. Into the Badlands.
Oh, that's a good show.
I would like to see it finished. because
I know.
I would like to see it. Yeah, I would like to see it finish, and I want to see Sonny go take care of B.
And they left it open. They left it open to like if a studio wanted to pick up the show, it's open. It's literally open for it to be like it could pick up here.
They literally AMC dropped the movie because of ratings. I mean, dropped the show because of ratings. Y'all put it in a bogus time slot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 10 o'clock after The Walking Dead goes off.
Basically, people turn.
And then I think the market, like Into the Badlands, you think you watching a Western. I think that through, you know what I mean?
Yeah, when I describe to people that I knew that hadn't seen it, and I was like, "Hey, you remember like old martial art films and all that type of stuff?" And they'd be like, "Yeah,
that was. I remember that show."
And they'd be like, "Yeah, it's that, but on like Matrix crack." They'd be like, I showed them like a clip from it, and they'd be like, "Oh, I gotta go watch this."
But see, the thing is, I understood the premise of Into the post-apocalyptic world where, like, everybody worshiping a different god now. These people have developed these powers, so of course it's gonna be like a Western because basically, like, civilization isn't civilization.
Yeah,
the population has decreased.
I'm just saying, from when you trying to get new viewers, when you hear Into the Badlands, that don't necessarily strike you as kung fu. You know what I mean?
But I think for me, like what got me was like I saw a fighting scene from the show, and I was like, "Oh snap! Okay, I gotta watch."
I'll forever tell this story, man. I got introduced to it right around the time Iron Fist was out. And it was a meme on Iron Fist talking about the the action, and it was just this karate dude. People just running up, and he was just like, "Hiya, hiya, hiya," and they was like, "This is how Iron Fist is." And I'm looking at this show Into the Badlands, and I'm just like, "How is the kung fu on this show so bad?" And on this show, it just looks so like Marvel could have did. And I'm not finna go back to. But Marvel could have made him look like Neo, or they could have made him look like Ip Man or something.
You know what's gonna be super.
That was so trash what they did with that boy. I'm sorry, dog.
You know what's gonna be super mind-boggling though? When Shang-Chi comes out and how the fight's probably gonna be 10 times better. We're gonna be like,
they better.
How, bro? How? They're both the same thing. They both use chi. What the hell? How is this better?
That boy was in there like judo chop. Like, you don't even know judo.
I'm gonna tell y'all how I got introduced to it. I rarely watch AMC itself. I would watch AMC every month, and that's October. So I would watch AMC every day in October because they're gonna show all the horror movies. So Into the Badlands was getting ready to come out in, I think, the winter. And they were showcasing it, and I was looking like, man, if I don't watch this, I was hooked first season. I watched the season premiere and hooked.
It's a good show, man. I gotta catch it. I caught it in like, I gotta catch it from.
Yeah, I saw a scene, and then I was watching Ip Man when I was sick with the flu, and I was like, man, and Netflix recommended something. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go ahead and watch this. And I got in and I just went deep, and I was like,
And that's the thing with Ip Man.
Yeah, put that on the list of shows.
Donnie Yen playing Ip Man is like, and you only like you watch it for the fight scenes and fighting in this house and ride the tricycle through that bike, that beat that's in the background with his son. Like, that gotta be in somebody's song. But like when he go and take out all 10 of them dudes at one time.
Oh yeah. That's the scene. I was even though I was freaking sick with pneumonia, bro, I was lit. I was lit when that scene came on.
You sitting up there like, yeah, that's a finishing move. That
boy jumped up like, yeah. Yeah.
That's an ultra combo. Yeah, he just not.
I was like, oh, he just turned his face into putty on the inside.
Pretty much.
He don't know it yet.
When he
try to smile, it's broke.
Can't nobody play snare drum on my face. I refuse to let somebody play snare drum on. You are not going to do a Caden.
Right.
No.
Right.
And he stood there and he did an 8 count on that man.
Freaking nuts, bro. Freaking nuts. Great movie. Outriders, man. Outriders came about 2 weeks ago. Faced some issues, of course, the internet and gaming communities, tend to be, why do you release these games broken? It wasn't broken, it was just too many goddamn people trying to get into the game. I don't know. I don't make video games.
But you know what? With shooters, it never fails with shooters. With a release of a new shooter or a new season to the server is not able to handle it.
Yeah, you can't put no big capacity. There's, I don't know what the capacity is, but I'm pretty sure you're going to go over it because people are trying to, play your game. Then they also had the bug where when they patch matchmaking, they fix matchmaking, but like in the middle of the game would crash and you could be at max level, you lost all your gear.
I heard about that.
They just fixed it, but people have their gear back now. But I
was about to say Cyberpunk all over
again. Ooh, and they patches, boy. Yeah, they still patch.
Yeah, they like I read on Twitter. This one guy, he was like,
he said what?
He said, I literally just gave up on Cyberpunk.
I did too.
He said,
I've been a Cyberpunk Avengers.
Cyberpunk is going to end up being No Man's Sky. They're going to get people back, but they gotta do some work though.
I'll revisit it. I own the mug, so I gotta come back, but it's not gonna be. I'm gonna be bored one day, and I ain't gonna have nothing to play, and I'm gonna click on that bad boy, and then that's how it's gonna happen. It gotta happen organically, but I can't force myself to play it. But back to Outriders.
Outriders been doing very well. They've had like their concurrent numbers across the board, like players playing have been they're probably the highest. I think they're probably one of the highest games on Steam right now, actually.
And the only thing about Outriders that bothers
they fixed everything, man. I will say that much from what we played. I played the alpha version, the demo, and the game that's out now. It is night and day difference. I will tell you, even the stick it to the wall for cover. Oh, that's just so much better. Like from day one.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, for me, it's just like the enemies. It's just like they just won't stop coming. Like I be feeling like I done clear the area, and I peep around the corner, and more than showed up. I'm like, what you like?
You ain't never played no.
Give me a grenade. I just Outriders. People can fly. Please give me a grenade. I need something to like.
I'm still on that too.
I
literally run out of ammo, bro.
You need to be a technomancer because technomancer.
I run out of ammo because I carry a sniper rifle. Simply because you like that game, you need a sniper rifle, and I carry a sniper rifle and
some characters,
but and some a type of machine gun, but a heavy machine gun because you get grist, and it's just like they just won't die. And then when you want them to peep out, they'll sit there. If you aiming and waiting on somebody to peep out from. They won't peep out like the game.
So here's a question for you. Are you using cover?
Yes.
Don't. The cover, they people have said this, and I've heard this several times. The cover ain't for you. The cover is for them. To get away from you. That's what it's for. It's not for you. You think like Division, you think about Gears of War, the cover ain't for you. It is for them. It is literally for them. It ain't for you like that game. You have to be close up in it. It's like I'm a devastator. Like if I ain't killing and doing damage, I'll end up dying. So I have to kill like consistently and destroy everything, and I love it.
I love it. Like I have to use my LM.
I will say this much though.
L3 and R3 a lot because you can't use your L1 and R1.
What are you right now? What are you playing as?
What? Devastator.
Okay, then you should. You got it good. Then. Don't play as Power Master is a recommended thing because the powers don't get really good until like you max out a lot of your abilities. I mean, play with it if you want to go through it. Technomancer, don't because you're just gonna rage quit because your health, like for Technomancer, they have really low health pool. You have to use your gadgets a lot to really survive a lot of encounters. So that's just a recommendation for anybody that's thinking about getting into the game. Do Devastator.
I'm gonna run Trickster when I come back.
Trickster. Everybody's running Trickster. That's what a lot of people are starting off with. Is what a lot of people are running.
How I got messed up is when we were trying to extra gear, get that legendary gear running.
Yeah.
And my world tier went up, but my level didn't go up.
Yeah.
And so that's I don't want to be a punk.
World tier. No, you have to. I know. I've watched streamers. There are a lot of streamers that play that crap on World Tier 1 just to get to the end game. And then after that, then they can go ahead and start really like farming the expeditions for like the god, for like the god tier builds and all that stuff. So no, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. My junk stayed around World Tour like 3 for the most part. I was up to 7. Bro, when you get to that last boss, I lowered that tier to like 1, bro. Just so I could beat him.
My world tier is my world tier is sitting at 6 right now. And I'm like, I'm at this stage where I'm like, bro, this shit.
You are going to bang your head against the wall and want to freaking race quick. Lower that damn world tier and get through with the game.
Hey, Boo,
I haven't lowered my world tier, but I hit that real quick and click close.
It's like, man.
Yeah, like I said, when I came back from my trip, I was like, I'm gonna hit it ground running, head first. I just haven't been inclined yet, so I'm gonna jump into it real soon here.
Hey,
but it kind of turned me up. I can play with y'all.
Oh yeah, man, we need to definitely get that going. Flowcast. Speaking of Flowcast, when we search you guys, when you search Nerdflow podcast, Flowcast comes up as well. That's kind of like fun. I've actually clicked on their video and seen their podcast before. They're out of Brazil. Yeah, I remember.
Is it a nerd or what is it about?
I believe so. It was a while ago. But anytime you type in Nerdflow podcast, Flow podcast pops up, and then, it's a Brazil podcast. But appreciate that. Really do appreciate it. That's kind of cool. Very coincidence. But when you search for us, we pop up, and so do they. So, let's see, man.
Before we move on, can we talk about the Power Rangers Battle for the Grid and Capcom adding Ryu and Chun-Li? And the fact that they add them to Fortnite, and I'm just saying, I'm making a statement as an angry fan. Capcom, please stop whoring out your IPs like this. Golly, dog. Y'all gonna put Ryu and Chun-Li and everything. You gonna look up in Mortal Kombat.
Bro, I swear.
God, dog.
Like, can Ryu and Chun-Li have no business in Smash Brothers?
No.
That's how Royalty just started laughing.
I was like, he took the words right out of my mouth. I'm like, he's about to say, stop pouring out these characters because they are like in everything. Like he said, they're in Smash. They're in Power Rangers.
You got Ryu on Fortnite doing like this. Talking about something. my man is a nomad warrior. He don't smile. He don't smile like that. Y'all know Ryu don't smile like that.
If Ryu was a human,
get out of here with that, man. Got Ryu out here looking like a sucker.
If he was a human, he'd be hitting that Michael Corleone line. Every time I think I'm out, they draw me back in.
Now, I ain't gonna lie. His combos on that Power Ranger game, the Battle for the Grid, that they said that's the best Ryu in a spinoff like game, ever. Like his combos is top notch.
But you know the only reason they added
in there, man, that's so trash, dog.
The only reason they added him to that game, right?
Why?
Because y'all favorite person on damn earth, old ass Tommy, added him to
Okay.
did that YouTube show where the White Ranger beat was it? It was the White Ranger beat Ryu. And I was just like, bro, Ken and Ryu had the Power Rangers they ass minus the Zords.
You talking about the Dad and the Son episode?
Yeah, I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I know.
Ken and Ryu would just straight tear Power Rangers ass up. Minus if they didn't have no Zords, they just keep it funky.
And I doubt Ryu know how to use a dang on chopper or a shotgun. Fortnite running around.
Right, like why the hell Ryu in Fortnite?
Hey man, we got Aloy now. We got Aloy now.
So he just
I hate it here.
So he just doing hurricane kicks all through, just kicking bullets away and shit, huh?
No, the Satsu no Hado.
So he just raging demon everywhere, huh? Okay, yo, speaking of raging demon.
Lord,
so back when we were kids, before we even knew it was called a raging demon, because let's just be honest, like back then they just put the Japanese name of the moves back in the move book. So we used to just call the raging demon once you learn how to. You couldn't do it with nobody but a. The first time I heard it was my homeboy Dia, and he was just like, "Now I'm about to rape you," and I was like, "What?"
Whoa!
and the screen just went. The screen, you know, cool.
Cut.
And he say, and the screen go black.
What did he say?
What did
everybody from then on was calling that movie.
Rape.
Boy, like,
everybody from then on was calling that movie. So in my mind, I'm like, that movie is not called rape. It's called. So I had.
Oh my god.
That's cringe, man. I get where they come from with that, but that's so cringe, man.
But you know, this back in the 90s. You gotta just think about it. It's in the 90s.
Right.
So I walk up to Kroger's and go into the section where they used to have all the games. Open up a fight book that had Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, Eternal Champions. It pretty much had the section out. Yeah, trash. Had a section out where you can get all the moves, and I read it, and it was all the moves. So I read it, Raging Demon. Thank you. Right. So, and so I wrote all the moves down. Eating this nipple candy when they used to have it out there. Y'all remember you go sitting in the middle of the floor, writing down all my moves.
And so now you know it's a raging demon, not a raping demon.
Yeah. So yeah, I was like, man. So now that I know how to do it, I tell Dion.
Oh God!
I hated the Kuma because he was so slow. I said, "I'm finna hit you with the raging demon," and he was like, "What's that?" And I did it. He was like, "Oh, he just raped me." I said, "No, nigga, I did the raging demon."
Oh my God.
See, I know if I go and play Tekken at some point tonight, I'm gonna come across an Akuma character, and I'm gonna remember what you just told me, because he's gonna probably pull that ultimate on me. And if he does, I'm gonna quit the game automatically. I don't care if I get penalized. I don't care.
Go watch it.
But the worst part was if you play any of the females and it did it, they made scream. You know what I'm saying? After
I know where you're going with this. Let's not. Yeah, let's just stop it there.
Snap.
Yeah.
What did you think about the 2 nights of WrestleMania? Night 1 was the best.
Yeah, because of the main event. The main event, if y'all didn't know, was headlined by 2 black women for the first time ever, and it delivered. It delivered. Bianca Belair beat Sasha Banks. Sadly, Sasha has not won a WrestleMania match at all. She is 0-6. But I will say,
that's okay.
I will say,
so I saw somebody say one person got more wins in one night than old girl that had her whole career.
Yikes.
So mean.
But I'm moving on. Oh god damn. Moving on. Bianca Belair beat Sasha. Night one was actually delayed a little bit because of the rain, but they got over it. Bobby Lashley is still your champion.
Hey, you want to hear something funny? You want to hear something funny about that right now? Somebody said.
Was that?
Somebody said. You remember that storyline when Vince McMahon when he called himself going against God?
Oh God, no!
There was like that was God's revenge on Vince McMahon. I was like, y'all ain't right. Y'all remember too much.
Oh man.
Yes, there was a point. Let me explain this. Yes, there was a point in time where Vince McMahon went against Shawn Michaels. Everybody knows Shawn Michaels is a Christian. This man literally put God as this man tag team partner.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna let that sink in. Yes.
Vince McMahon, ladies and gentlemen.
And y'all really had a problem with what I was just saying.
We didn't make the match, bruh.
This came from his mind, and this man has a PhD of all things, and this comes from his mind.
He does.
So, yeah, he's he got some type of doctorate because he earned it back, I think, and go figure, in the same year that he did that guy's storyline, he earned it because he had he was in school throughout that whole time. So yeah, go figure. This come from the mind of Vince McMahon.
Man waited till he was 160 to go back to school.
Wait, what?
You also want to give you the award for the oldest person in school?
They was just like, bruh. They was like, bruh, you ain't even gotta do no. I ain't giving you this. You gonna die tomorrow anyway.
Bro, Vince just paid for his diploma and just sent him out.
Pretty much.
But yeah, man, back to WrestleMania though. Night two, what pissed me off was really the end of how the Fiend and Randy Orton match went. That was just.
This is the second WrestleMania match they had with some just. Now I ain't gonna front that stuff with Alexa Bliss, though. That was actually pretty neat in the horror aspect.
Yeah, it was. It just didn't make no damn sense. But
and it's like, but it's supposed to be a blood feud. You have a standard wrestling match, and yeah,
bro, he burned the Fiend alive. I would just expect the man to come back with, I don't know, like a win. If somebody burn you alive and you're a freaking demon, I mean, just saying. I know it's wrestling, but
I know what y'all really just blew all hope I had for even trying to watch wrestling again.
I forgot you are a part of that group.
That's right. You should just watch AEW because that's more.
At least NXT at the most.
That's more your.
Sport. Yeah, I know what, but I saw something hilarious. But like I started laughing so hard that I was literally crying.
Hope they showed Brett. Raw.
they showed Bret Michaels watching a women's match on the outside of the ring.
Wait,
not Bret Michaels.
I'm like, that's the
Bret Hart. Bret Hart. They showed Bret Hart.
Bret Michaels.
They showed Bret Hart watching two women wrestle. They said the look Bret Hart gives when you're doing the sharpshooter. And my cousin got up in there like Bret Hart got a look on his face like, bitch, get out the way. Let me show you how to really do this. Because he had a look of frustration on his face. And when I was like, the first thing you see is his face. Even though the women right there, you just see his face and he got a look of disappointment and shame. Like, this is what my legacy has come down to. Even though the Scorpion Deathlock, the sharpshooter, all that pretty much the same damn move. But
yeah,
I don't know.
Let's see what else, man. Aside
I want to
from
get
Russell.
into y'all want to get into the shows or?
Oh yeah, we better get into we better get into Falcon Winter Soldier right after this.
Well, before we get into it, y'all gotta watch Invincible, man, on Amazon. I know Tink seen it.
Crazy addicting.
Yeah,
I
man.
bet.
That's a good show, man. So it's basically the they pull a lot from like what was it, the world, the something of the world. They like the Justice League. They like a bootleg Justice League, but then you got this guy who's Superman. He comes and he does something, and he's training his son how to be, you know, a superhero as well. And it's just, I can't explain it. You gotta watch it, man. It's good,
It's
man.
good.
I know what you're talking about. It's a cartoon, ain't it?
Yes. It's good, man.
I know what you're talking about. I know. I
It
think I
is
saw a clip. He was
super
talking
good.
about how to fly. He was trying to tell him how to fly.
So I did watch a cartoon. I watched.
You think it's a show for children, or no? It's very violent, vulgar.
no.
I watched the show on Netflix called.
Somebody said it was like The Boys, but animated.
Exactly.
I said that. Yep.
Okay.
I said that too.
Exactly.
Yep.
So
I gotta watch it.
Exactly.
The show I watched is called Paradise PD on, and let me just say that is Family Guy on crack, Red Bull, and Adderall. That's Family Guy on crack, Red Bull, and Adderall.
What's it called?
Paradise PD.
Paradise PD.
But I don't think you want to mix those ingredients, my brother.
That's pretty much what it is.
Sometimes people do when they watch it.
Because
they watch Family Guy.
it's crazy, bro. When I say it's crazy, it's crazy.
Huh. All right. So we have, I guess we'd probably be better we can kind of bring up some of the past points from episode 2 to what are we on?
6.
This is 2 to 6. But we're gonna really talk about 6 because I don't remember anything from 2. I'm not gonna even act like I do.
I remember. I think
I remember the Barry
Zemo
episode.
rundown.
That's literally because of everything that happened in that mug. Zemo, yeah. I remember everything that happened in that episode purely because it was a fire episode. But anything around other than that, I don't remember. All right, so
let me do a speed through right quick. Basically, Sam gave up the shield. Bucky didn't agree with it. They ended up teaming up to try to stop this group called the Flag Smashers. They got their ass kicked, so they ended up tracking the girl down. Contact, trying to find out where the super serum come from. So they had to go and get Zemo out of jail. Really, Zemo broke himself out of jail. It was just the distraction he was looking for. So they end up teaming up. They meet up with what's her name?
Sharon.
Yeah, they meet up with Sharon. She becomes an ally, but I think she playing a more sinister role, just going.
That's what I said. I think she's more of a bad guy doing good deeds.
Some people think she's a power broker, but I don't think she's a power broker though.
There's so many theories out about this power broker.
But I feel like the person that showed up on this episode this week, I think she is the power broker. But anyway,
yeah.
No, I think she's Hydra.
No, she's Madam Hydra.
So
I think she is.
Now we get up to the point where we got this jackleg ass want to be Captain America.
That boy, right? That's so flawed.
So he running around trying to be a hero. Now talking the leader of the Flag Smashers down, and he comes in there because he really want to be the face of Catcher in this.
Such a hothead.
Let's talk about how this boy got his butt whooped by the.
Oh yeah. Oh no, that's coming up.
It's coming. Yeah,
that's coming up. So they end up back at Zemo house. The Wakandans. How do you say their name?
Dora Milaje.
Yeah, the Dora Milaje. They want Zemo, but he, trying to talk to them like they have no, and just to pull in the old typical military American thing. And the Dora Milaje said, "You puny with the Shao Kahn line, you weak, pathetic fool." And put him in his place.
It was more like he said you don't have jurisdiction here, and she said that Dora Milaje has jurisdiction wherever.
We go.
Right. And he touched that girl.
Like, no,
man. Like you didn't.
I wish you know what I wish. I wish they would have been able to cut in that dude from Menace to Society. And so I'm gonna make an edit like that. I'm gonna put the head on it. So you know you the fucked up, right?
It was a piss
moment. So he kicked their ass.
That boy really messed up.
He get his ass kicked. Like, what's his name? John Walker.
And the icing on the cake was when he got done getting whooped, he was like, "Man, they ain't even have no power like that.
They ain't even super soldiers." So you just really got your ass handed to you by, So anyway,
the best trained female force in Marvel.
So they go back looking for Carly. Whole big fight scene pop off. Lamar, I really didn't care for Lamar.
You talking about
Silver? It was his voice of reasoning, though.
What's his name?
Yeah, it was his voice. But Battlestar, bro.
Battlestar,
man.
Bro, he was the star on the dang on the boy's shield or something. He was not no star. Like, what is your point? What's your purpose? You just
his
voice
star on the shield. His conscience.
Yeah, he was his conscience.
I get, but you know what? That does symbolize his conscience because once he lost him, he lost it all.
He lost his mind.
He lost
because Carly hit him. Excuse me, Royalty. You can hit the beat button, but she hit him a motherfucker in the chest. Like you heard that boy, like that was an X-ray move when she hit him from Mortal Kombat.
Finish him.
He can't even say it with his chest no more. But then John lost track of Carly, but he just saw the first flash match that he could recognize, and he did the one thing that had shield. He put blood on the shield.
Yeah.
And the world saw.
And the world saw it. So he got discharged. He didn't get a dishonorable discharge. Sam and this just but Sam still got the shield. We forgot about the old black super soldier from the 70s.
Isaiah. Yeah, let's get into that. Isaiah Bradley.
And Sam been listening to him, so Sam was having doubt about trying to get out there and still save the world bit. That, and then Bucky show up down in Louisiana with Sam at the boat. They start practicing with the shield. Bucky brings Sam a suitcase from Wakanda, and we saw Sam at the last of the episode. We see Sam training his ass off. He working with the shield, catching the shield, practicing his moves and everything. And then we see Sam open the suitcase, which is why we're fan to see the Black Captain.
Or here's what I think people gonna call him. Remember when the kids was running through when he was training and they call him?
Black.
No.
Oh, I was talking about when he was talking in the neighborhood.
They call him Uncle Sam.
Oh no, they're not gonna call him that. No,
I know they not.
Boy, that hit too close to
the fact that his name is Sam. That's part of it.
Close to Uncle Tom, right there. Boy.
I know. I know, bro. And he talking about it. And Sam talking to Bucky talking about don't holler at my sister. Like, bro. I love my black man.
Don't be flirting with my sister.
Your sister ain't just
Bucky and Sarah. What's up with that?
Bucky got the thing for the black girls, man. He had that thing when he was looking at what you call it from a Dora Milaje. They had a thing back in Wakanda. You could tell how she look at him like,
When she took that arm off, he's like, I didn't know they could do that.
No, she two-pieced the hell out of his. This is arm
that arm fell off.
Hold on, like bing, bing. She did a cheat code on it, bro. Like,
nah, she put the passcode on that boy arm, bro. Your arm locked.
Don't forget where you came from.
Right.
She said, "Me bascas you."
That boy arm had an Apple ID.
Had a fingerprint sensor on that judge.
Hey,
I want to get into Valentina Allegra, the lady that showed up at the end of the speaking.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, I wasn't finished that. I wasn't finished yet, said, and then here come John, want to be super lying to Lamar parents that he killed the man that. It wasn't the man that killed their son. It was a little girl, little freckle-faced black British girl, and
Carly.
Her name Carly. And but you lying,
Morgan.
But it looked like Lamar was sitting up there. It's like she was peeping game.
Yeah,
like he lying. Something ain't right.
Off.
Well, they already saw him. They already saw him kill somebody in freaking broad daylight. So she already probably kind of feels that way about him anyway.
Yeah.
But so is the flaw of the serum? They said the serum just makes you who you already are.
That was him before the serum. He was already.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
because he was trying to blame it on
the serum. Didn't it make him a little bit more evil?
No, it's just power itself. Once you are giving power, you abuse it.
Because they said like even in like just the real world, you give people who never had power that always you give them power and they abuse it because the only thing they're going to do is try to do all the things and inflict the same pain on people that they had to endure.
Like
what's so crazy about it is that Lamar had the conversation with him before he took the serum. He was just asking Lamar and like having doubts about it. He was like, "No, I'm going to take it because I know what it's going to do for me."
I mean, because his boy said he's like, "Would you take it? Would you take it if you had it?" He's like, "Yeah." So his confirmation was right there when he said, "Yeah, I would take it too." So he's like, hey,
"But Lamar was speaking for himself because Lamar is a person."
Yeah.
John, on the other hand, got some issues.
And then so he talked to Lady V, and next thing we know, we see this ass clown. We see this ass clown building the captain.
Building what?
I can't wait till it shatters when they collided with the real thing.
Yeah,
I'm waiting on that.
Bro, you ain't got. Bro, it look like you had got a piece of. Look like you had got a piece of a bike chain.
So everybody's getting. I know we're getting ready for Friday, but does this mean that John? Give me like the backstory. So is he U.S. agent now?
He'll be. So he'll basically be U.S. agent. The thing is, the thing that's going around who the power broker is that some people feel the power broker is Thunderbolt Ross, and if Thunderbolt Ross is the power broker, Thunderbolt Ross forms the Thunderbolts, which is him leading it as U.S. agent because he drops the Captain America name, he becomes U.S. agent. And that would include who else is out there?
Tom.
They will also include. That would include Zemo as well.
That would include that would include Zemo. That would include Taskmaster, who's in Black Widow. That would include the new Black Widow that will take the place of her.
Didn't the Dora Milaje mention that as soon as they dragged him off, like took him off?
Yeah.
When they put him on. You remember that ship that was in? It was one of the Captain America movie, the prison that's underwater.
Yeah.
That's where they're taking it. That's where they're taking him to. So, but yeah, so I mean, yeah, he built this shield on the in the mid-credit scene. So it really is gonna come down to this final episode, like really, like who's the power broker? It's really, I mean, that's really the biggest part about it. Who is it gonna be?
But the thing is, the reason I started thinking Sharon was the power broker because that conversation she was having.
With Shady. Whoever it was
just like
speaking another language and stuff.
I think she's just burned from how they treated her because nobody protected her when everything went down.
But you think about what Sharon does. She takes artwork and she sells it. She's pretty much like an art broker, and then she has access to satellites. She has access to everybody that's around that area to her.
Yeah.
Like
there's a satellite up in space where Cap is that has Nick Fury on it.
Oh yeah.
She could be working for Sword.
I'm just saying, like I like I said with WandaVision, we can have our theories, but long as Favreau and
but the thing that's gonna stick to me about this series.
The best dollar I ever spent. This is like in.
I was there with you when you bought that. Yeah, Did you get all of them?
I only got this one. Yep.
Man, I was there with you today. We were just collecting. Like
it was like buy 5 get 5 free at 2nd and Charles.
And I got all the first edition Black Panther. I was like, okay, I'm taking this. But I wanted to say that the thing that's gonna like stick with me was the scenes with Isaiah Bradley.
Like, yeah,
his performance was just so
he basically
powerful.
told his story. I can't think I'd be able to tell you the issue, but he basically told his full that comic. They basically played out that whole comic. Basically, what he was saying. It's a story he told. It's basically,
and just to hear it alone makes you want to actually see it.
See it now.
I thought they would go flat. Like when he started
doing like the flashbacks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But the grandson, he's actually a young Avenger.
Yeah, Eli Bradley. But are we going to get the backstory about the blood transfusion?
Ooh.
What blood transfusion?
Because that's how Eli got his powers.
From his granddad?
From his granddaddy. Through a blood transfusion.
Wow.
And you would think, how would they work with the MCU if we know that Isaiah Bradley doesn't exist? You can't get a blood transfusion from somebody that doesn't exist.
Because they talk about
actually,
they talk about
part of the MCU now.
Say again?
Because say it again.
The shows are part of the MCU. Because they take place, they're just like placeholders into the movie.
Yeah, because they talk about, he mentioned kind of like about when they brought that shield back. I think I kind of remember that part. Because okay, so that kind of goes to my theory that I put out there, that I was reading some stuff about theories about the super soldier serum. And so the theory has been going around that the super soldier serum originated in Wakanda. And the reason because
in the plants.
The plants are partially could be part of that, but also think about this: the scientists that came back with the serum, it probably came from the flower. Yes, the serum was blue, but he probably put other stuff in it because remember that flower is only potent to normal humans. If you're part of the Black Panther bloodline, you can take it, but you notice every time they have a near-death experience when they take the flower, so they're buried in that sand. In that soil. And so the belief is that the soil is radioactive. Same thing with Captain America. When they gave him the serum, they used, I forgot what it's called. It's called something. It's a form of like radiation, but it's like vibranium. When they put them in the machine, they use that. So people are saying that any type of like radiation along with that actually gives you powers, because another example, the Hulk was working with gamma radiation is what he used. And everybody knew that Thunderbolt Ross was basically working with the super soldier serum, but he just didn't tell Bruce Banner what the heck he was working on. And he didn't know what he was working with.
And the thing is, I can't believe I forgot this man's first name, but Tony Daddy, when he brought back
the shield.
Howard built the shield
based on vibranium, which came from Wakanda.
Yeah, and Howard got the vibranium, and Howard probably he met the Black Panther King and found the story, and probably somehow got that flower and made the first.
The theory is how they got it, because the scientists that did the serum for Captain America used to be former Hydra. The Nazis invaded Africa during that time, so when they invaded Africa, that's how they got the flower, and that's probably how they got a piece of vibranium that came out of there, which how they made the shield. That's what a lot of people are saying. So it's like, if this ain't, I mean, it's not in comic, but it's like, dang, this could make, if they ever wanted to tell that story of that and they wanted to roll with that, I mean, basically saying Black Panther is the first super soldier.
Yeah.
Or could he be like some form of ancestor to Isaiah Bradley? There's that too. Because y'all say blood transfusion. I didn't see that part about the blood transfusion part.
That was in the comics that I was mentioning, is how Isaiah got his powers from his granddaddy.
Okay, yeah. Okay. They probably negated that part. They probably just said he was just,
either that tested. Or he was born with it, or
right. Just how Luke Cage with his thing was super soldier serum testing, but it was just being done in a prison. Somebody didn't like him, messed up the process, and ended up making his skin out of impenetrable. He's basically a freaking tank. So
right.
Wow.
So this basically, when I started to learn and think about this, like the entire like storyline of Marvel is everybody in their mama trying to make a super soldier. It's literally what all of it is. That's what Red Skull is. Red Skull went all the way wrong. Winter Soldier is another super soldier. So
the spiders.
Yep. Everybody, like I said, everybody's trying to make some type of super soldier in some form or some way. Insects. It's like, geez, man. It's like this is literally the whole thing. Let's see here, man. Real quick. Let's see. We had some follows while we were talking about everything. Rogers with the follow. We got Mark007 with the follow, and we got Doomy Dooms 1998 with the follow. 98 was a good year.
Appreciate y'all following.
And welcome.
And welcome, yeah.
Exactly.
First of all, we want to say
do we have
welcome.
Any final notes?
I think that's really it. I mean, we talked about something. We talked about the scene. It wasn't really too much to the scene at the very end, of course, and making the shield. And we have a feeling more likely that they've given
predictions,
them a suit.
though.
Yeah,
I have.
Okay, what you got?
Go ahead, Sid.
What you got?
I got a prediction that Sim is going to be the one to save everybody in that council room because Carly finna go. Well, you know, 8. I think. I'm not sure if we're going to get a last view of John. Like maybe he'll pop up and.
I think he's going to try and ruin it.
Oh yeah,
and probably get in the way.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
But then vibranium versus a super soldier. Just vibranium alone.
Well, y'all talking about the power broker earlier. Mm-hmm. Was it what's the girl from Seinfeld?
Yeah. She's
with the purple hair.
Yeah. Some people think she's a power broker, but she is Hydra. She used to be SHIELD. She was a sleeper agent in SHIELD.
Valentina Fontaine.
Yeah, she became she's basically Madam Hydra.
Yeah.
Russian sleeper of the agent of Leviathan. Who also became an agent of SHIELD and is close and worked closely with Nick Fury at the time.
So the last thing I want to cover is I just want to ask, y'all excited for Friday?
Yes.
We get Mortal Kombat and we get
Shut up. We get Mortal Kombat. Oh, is that the 23rd?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
And we get Falcon and Winter Soldier.
And what we watching?
And Invincible. And then the week after that, don't we get Michael B. Jordan?
Without Remorse. Yeah, we get that.
Without Remorse. Yeah, that movie, I really can't wait for that one.
Yes, sir. What's up, Molly? Yeah, we get all that popping off this Friday.
Hey, Molly,
so 177 is gonna be packed. We'll have a lot to talk about. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot of Easter eggs in the Mortal Kombat movie for characters.
Next week is the 23rd.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
month has
So have
flown
my
by.
Black
This
Friday.
month is gone.
What time? Where does the time
Yeah,
go?
y'all was on vacation all that time.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so next week,
That
so,
wasn't really
so,
vacation.
so to give
We
a
was
It
preview,
wasn't
next,
really a vacation. Yeah, tell
We
them.
was working.
who has all watched?
Yeah.
Who have all watched Godzilla vs King Kong? We gotta talk about that next week.
Yeah.
We all
Tried, but
My wife made me watch it.
Okay, I'm in the process of watching. I started watching it last night, so we'll talk about that.
I'm gonna try it again tonight.
Okay, we're gonna kick it off. We're gonna kick off the show next week. 177 with that, and then we'll be talking about Mortal Kombat. And of course, the season finale of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Please make sure you guys follow and like the channel. For those, thank you for everybody that follow the channel. Go make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We don't have an official URL as of yet. Just search Nerd Flow Podcast. Go subscribe. We have pretty much presence on all social media, so go check that out. We have some videos and stuff dropping also as well, and throughout the week and stuff like that. If you miss most of the show will be on our YouTube channel as well. So go check it out there. And yeah, man, we will catch you guys on the next one. And we'll also then mention probably a good important part too. We're available on all podcast platforms. So just to name a few: Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Audible as well. Pandora is a new one. iHeartRadio, Spotify. So pick a service. We'll be on there if you want to listen to us on the audio version. And we will catch y'all next week.
so yeah, ain't no excuse. But man, I ain't know where y'all was at. I ain't know what platform y'all was on. I would have listened, but yeah, we on everything.
Everywhere.
Every team.
Every team, man. Sounded like freaking Lifeline. Okay, let's go.
Hey, I got another versus battle for y'all. I wasn't gonna mention it tonight.
We need to get
it's
the
not
graphics
really-
and stuff ready for Ultimate Battle, man. We got to do Ultimate Battle.
It's not really
wanna-
a battle, but it's really who you for. And I don't know if y'all even seen the movie for these two women that I'm about to mention. I think Tink may know.
Can't focus.
I want dope.
That came with me from
All right.
Mississippi.
All right, Tink, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Jessica Rabbit
Mm-hmm.
versus Hollywood.
Hollywood.
I'm signing the fuck off.
I love y'all, man.
Hollywood from what? The mannequin?
No, Hollywood if she could.
Oh, Brad Pitt.
Cool, yeah, Cool World.
Cool World.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Mm,
Who y'all
I like
got?
that.
I don't like
I got
you
Jessica
said.
Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit.
Okay,
Yeah.
but you got okay.
I don't like you
It's
said.
not simple though. It's not simple though. Who you got to say why though? You got to say why.
Well,
'Cause Jessica Rabbit was
she can
just a
handle
baddie.
rifle. Exactly.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
can
I'm gonna
handle
say-
a rifle. She can drive.
Guys, she can do all that.
Man, Jessica.
I gotta
asked-
get that movie
I
again.
asked
Roger
this
Rabbit.
and a lot of people the excuses because you couldn't really pick Holly because they saying Holly was a thought.
What's a thought?
They
She
both-
basically screwed herself out of the cartoon world.
She
Thotty on her body.
yeah, she did.
But you know what? It's a cool concept though.
Mhm.
All right, y'all. We will
Hey.
catch y'all on
And
what?
I mean, and even though
Sunday.
she, Hollywood, looking fine, just
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just like they hit Jessica with the bump.
The boom.
The
They,
the va-va-voom.
They gave Holly some boom, but they put that. They gave Holly. They put that.
Her
they
voice
put that
is even
350
sexy to me. I just
Yeah.
loved her voice.
Who with Jessica?
Jessica's.
They gave-
voice is,
Look who
like,
played
just
her.
sexy.
Look who brought her
True.
into the world. Look who she was based off.
Yeah.
They gave her that 454. They gave Jessica that 454
Hey,
with the
real
turbo.
Real quick, Yum. I just realized Laura Moon from American Gods. She was in Sucker Punch.
Mm-hmm.
Blonde versus a redhead. They look night and day.
Right.
I told Young I was gonna finish that. Y'all making me nervous. With
Also,
this.
my wife's
Oh,
friend.
don't get me wrong. Sucker Punch a trash ass movie. Bro.
How did y'all feel about Lolita Battle Angel?
I loved it.
Lolita.
I gotta get that on 4K Blu-ray.
Lolita is like almost on the same like spectrum as Ready Player One to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Ready Player One was damn good.
It was awesome.
That's gonna be the first one I get on 4K Blu-ray.
Expect that movie to be that good.
But you know what? Ready Player One came out at the right time because I had just watched that trash.
Which one?
I like how your internet. I like how your internet beeps you like beeps you when you say cuss words.
He beeps you out.
Right, your internet be editing you, bro. Detective Pikachu was not trash, bro. First off,
it was not. It was way better than I thought it was gonna be.
We went in 2 or 3, like a lot of us went in and understand.
Yeah, you cut out a whole sentence.
Yeah, it did you again, bro. What's up with that?
But I said it was not trash, and when you watch the whole movie, everything full circle, you like, well, dang,
this bit.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, when you said that you just came off of watching what movie that was trash? When you seen
Tink.
Wow. You said that movie was you said Ready Player One came out at the right time because you was watching what movie that was trash?
Pixel.
Oh, I thought you said
Pikachu. Let me end. This stream, man. We can talk about this on the offset. We gonna see y'all next week, man. Issue 177.
We was still
all right, y'all.